Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's just finish getting set up. Let's have a look. Wait for my phone to catch up so I can see what's happening.
Wait for Facebook to catch up and see what's happening.
Yep. Move that up a little bit. There we go. Let's make sure we're all okay. Yep, I think that can go up a little bit more. I think that's all straight and okay for everybody. Hi Jill. Hi Vanessa. Hope everyone's okay. Is the sun shining where you are? Okay, let's get sat down. Hello Christine. Hi Elaine. Get myself comfy. Haven't the lives been wonderful? Hello Denise. Hi Rachel. Oh, beautiful Yorkshire.
It's gorgeous.
Hello
Yorkshire.
Helen. Hi Andreen. Hello Leslie. Hi Helen. Good morning Jane. Helen in Melbourne.
What's the weather like in Australia?
What time is it there again? I always forget. Shocking. Okay. 7 p.m. Ah, must try and remember that. I was trying to think of that last night. Hi Sue. Brilliant, thank you. Okay. Oh, lovely. Hello Yvonne. Yorkshire is gorgeous. So there seems to be a bit of a trend at the moment for Z-fold cards. Everyone seems to have done one. I'll just show you, as you can see. This is how it works. If you haven't done one before, technically this is a double Z fold. But I like this because I can pick this up. You can create a scene on there and you get like a 3D effect with it coming through from the back to the front. So obviously when that's standing up somewhere, it creates a nice depth. Hi Jeanette, hope you're well. So this is what we're going to make. I've got quite a few bits already prepped because it is quite a detailed little card. But I will go through some of the stamping and all of the colouring as well, just to show you how I put this all together. So,
Andreen's crying already. You're making Andreen crying already.
No, it's not difficult at all, and you will see that as soon as we start. The only thing I'm going to change today is I'm going to do a black frame because I think that might make it stand out a little bit more. So that's our card. Let's put this to one side. I'll just run through what we're going to use. So I've made my own little frame, just like Julie's done before. Yes, yep, just the one card. So I'm going to be using all 3 of the stamp sets from Hazel's Essentially Christmas collection. Hi Sandy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hadn't done one for ages, and I suppose it's because I got into the whole idea of making those trees into little houses and villages. I thought, that'd be good to do for a scene. So we've got that one. I'm also going to be using, from the backgrounds and textures from Hazel, the matching square alphabet as well. We've got the die that coordinates nicely to cut out the Christmas, which is genius. Thank you, Hazel. Good morning, Catherine. Oh, great. And I'm also going to be using the amazing little snowflake stamp from Julie's Christmas Elements, because this just goes well with so many different things, particularly with this one. There we go. So, like I said, I've got 2 of the dies from the Layers, Frames and Banners rectangle die set, and I've just held them together with some masking tape to keep it in place. I've cut out loads of frames and they're still stuck together, so it just saves you having to reposition it all the time, and you'll get the same die cut every time. So I've actually cut out 4 for today to make it nice and strong. So we're going to do those in black. That's it. And then obviously we'll be I've got a little tip to show you with the Christmas one as well. I think Hazel might have already shown the tip, but I'll show it again anyway. And we've got a 20 by 20 card blank. This creates the whole thing. You will need, obviously this is a 20 by 40. You will need a card that's, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter, it's already scored. And you can do it with any size card you like, really. But I'm using a 20 by 20. I've got white super smooth and true black card as well. I'm going to be using Versifying Claire Nocturne. Morning, Muriel. And I will be using, I can state this, Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide to give it a nice frosty finish. I've got various different alcohol markers, black gel pen, white paint pen, but we'll go through that as we progress with the card. Just move these bits out the way. But to show you the mechanism, it is so much easier than you probably think. So I've got my scoreboard. Hi, Janet. There we go. Huge scoreboard. So I'm going to come in and butt this up. We're then going to go up to 20. So as normal, scroll down, and yeah, and turn it over and score at 10. And the reason we turn it over is because when we're folding, you always fold the mountain score inwards. The valley, the one that dips down, is on the outside. Okay, so that's all the scoring we need to do. I am just going to disappear a moment, and I'm going to cut 6 centimeters off of the edge here. So let me go and do that. Okay, I'm coming back, don't panic. The reason I had to go over the others, my trimmer is massive. I couldn't get it onto the desk with everything else, I'm afraid. Okay, so we now have these two parts. So this will be your card blank. This is the mechanism that goes onto the front. I'm not going to give it a good crease at the moment. I'm just going to slightly fold it before we put it together. So that comes in like that. This comes this way. When we come to stick it, that part sticks on there. You can see this. This part sticks on here, and you've got your double Z fold. So it's a lot easier than you were probably thinking it would be. Okay, so we can pop our black mats on straight away. So I've cut my true black card from Pink Frog. I just like the true black. It's nice and sturdy. It's got a nice soft finish to it as well. So let's find the biggest piece first. This goes across the back. So this just goes down in 1/2 centimetre increments. I will put a file on in the group afterwards with everything written down, so you haven't got to worry about that at the moment. You can just download it and make it easier to follow. There we go. It is definitely easier than you think.
It always looks difficult on screen.
Okay, let's get this lined up. Smooth down. 2 pieces for the other side. And I like to give it a matten layer because it just helps to frame the lovely stamping that you're going to be putting on in the front of it. Gives the card lots of lovely interest as well. Put it down on this side. Nice and straight. And the other one, because we can't actually stick the whole card together yet until our decorative panels are done. This is great for 3D elements and themes and little scenes and everything. So that's that ready for later. Put that over to one side, and then we'll do this one. Some little ones. Okay. Bit of glue. Probably use too much glue, but there we go. There we go. Put that down. One more. And then another one stuck on. I could have had this already, but I think because it's a different sort of fold we're doing today, it was nicer just to go through each bit of it, just in case anyone's hasn't done one before, and you can see exactly how it goes together. If you see all the different elements and what goes where and everything, it's better, isn't it? So this isn't technically a Technique Tuesday. That was a bit of a mouthful. We will be back to that next week. done. Okay, so they can go and rest over there. Okay, so if we start with our stamping. Okay, if I show you first off the little tip with the sentiment. You don't have to have one of these grids in your platform. You're welcome, Yvonne. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, well, sometimes things look an awful lot different to how they actually are, don't they? And I think it's important to, you know, to see what we do and how we've done it, and we all learn from each other as well, don't we? So if you haven't got one of these grids, an ordinary piece of paper is just as good. And I have found that if I stamp it on the paper inside the stamp press first, come in, I die cut it out first. Make sure I've got it the right way around, because that would help, wouldn't it? Line this up on the actual sentiment there. There we go. Then you'll be able to line it up when you pop it back down again. So if I show you that first, let's find the Christmas. Just trying to find ways of making life easier. Okay, so if we move this one up a bit, you can have it on the wonk, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got it down here somewhere, that's fine. So what I've done, let me put the top back on my glue, otherwise that will be disastrous, especially with it being warmer. There we go. No, we started it, didn't we, with Julie's Christmas Joy collection. And I think it's just so nice to say you've got, you know, got a good idea of what everyone's done, how they've done it, what, you know, what you can do, and then you can take the ideas further as well. It's horrible when you you know, you buy something and then you're sort of just left to it. Okay, so we can now line the waist from die cutting and see that we've got an even edge all around there. Hold this in place, and all we need to do is pop the die cut back in again. There we go. Ink up. Hi Gail. Oh no, hope everything's all right. Hi Linda. Now give that a stamp down. There we go. Missed a bit of the ink, it come off on my nail instead. That's it. Let's give that a wipe before we move on. So that's that done. Put that one away safely. So then you'll definitely know, and if you're get my words out. If you're batch making, this is brilliant because you can just keep putting them in. I mean, it'll work with the circle one as well, and you've got your Christmas stamped out pretty much perfectly. So I don't know why I hadn't thought about that before with any of the die cuts. Makes life a lot easier. Let's pop that to one side. Obviously, because we're using the VersaFine Clair, you do need to give that a little time to dry because it's a very wet ink. I know you can use Memento, but I'm not very keen on the texture of it for some reason, so just a bit of water. Okay, so that's the trick with the sentiment. Now, each of your pieces, I've got them all cut here, so I've cut a piece that is 12 by 18.5, which is what we're going to use for our scene, and I will show you that first. This is bigger than you'll need it because we will cut it out. Also, another trick, to get the centre, I stamped down into the grid first, so you know you've got your centre point for where this piece needs to be. What I've done is I've lit it up to the 5 centimetre mark so that we've got enough room. If I show you on the finished card, it needs to be high enough up from the bottom to create the scene, and then there's enough space to cut out around it as well. So it's 5 centimetres up. We've got that in the middle. So let's get these lovely little stamps out. Just line this back up again. Line it up until you see the black lines disappear into the stamp. Pick that up, and then when I come back in with this, we'll be good to go. That's all right. Ooh, hip replacement. Ouch. Just the one we've got done. That's it. And then I just come in either side, building up a scene. Once you've got that first one done, you needn't necessarily use a stamp platform. You could just go in stamping it with a block. I don't know what gave me the idea to turn these into little houses. I'm obsessed with houses anyway, but for some reason the idea of creating a Christmas village really appealed to me. I'm doing them separately and not putting them on together because there's always that overspill with a stamp with the polymer. And you can't get things as close to each other if you put them together at the same time, if that makes sense. There we go. And then we'll move on to the little one. I like these to be all different heights and bits and bobs. It's a little bit more realistic in my little village. Okay, and then a couple on this side. And I don't mind if they go over the edge either. It draws your eye out, and then your brain starts thinking about lots of different places that the scene you're creating is disappearing off to. Put one on here. So, go. So we can leave that now to dry off. So that's basically how I created that front scene for the card. A lot of the panels are repetition, so we won't go through everything, but that's that for now. There we go. I'll show you one of the smaller panels with the sentiment on it. So this one is 9 by 5.
Fox is watching the hang up washer.
We've got a carport at the back of us, and the foxes like to lay out. So I started by putting the sentiment in first, because that's like the focal point. So to make sure we've got the room, try and get that straight. That's it. And we're going to go in with black again. Kept everything to black. It's quite a contemporary card, so just seemed the right colour to go for. Of course, you could go with, depending on what colours you're going to colour your houses and bits and bobs in. Could have gone with a bright pink or something. That would be quite funky.
Like it makes things pop, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Okay. So this is where I've bought Julie's snowflake stamping. Because I do love this little stamp anyway. Brilliant. Side, give myself a bit more room. So I think we've all decided now that we have it a certain way up. And I've done it so it comes in, it sort of frames the sentiment there. Again, it's going to be coming off the edge of the page. Make a nice frame. And we can move this up. And this will be practically the same with all the different panels you do. I'll show you one more of the plain panels as well, just so you get an idea of how I went about it. This is quite therapeutic doing this. So I've just got those in opposite corners. Quite like doing diagonal patterns. Pop that there. Then I came in with Hazel snowflakes. I think I'll go with the medium one. I don't think we need the large snowflake on this one, because we'll detract from that sentiment. So you can pop these wherever you like. Not even using any pressure, and that's come out for us. If you wanted to lighten it up a bit, if you don't want to use the black ink, you could go with one of the greys or some second generation stamping. That would look nice. We've got a couple more of the snowflakes in. I'll show you how I've done that edging with the edge of the snow globe, which I've pretty much done on everything. I just got really carried away with it. Okay, then we'll have the little one as well. The little one up here. Doesn't matter where you put these, just add them round. the snow globe, which is fabulous. So all I've done is literally, I think Hazel did a bit of this the other day as well. Bring it in as close as you can. You don't actually want the thick lines of the snow globe there. And it's got all this lovely detail around the edge. Oh, I did get rid of the line, but never mind. Keep moving it. It can overlap, that's fine. It's got all these really, really lovely crosshatch details on it. And the splodgy, splatty bits. And you can go around. It's a really random pattern as well, so you can really go for it. If you're doing lots of these, you could line it up properly on here and then do them all at the same time, which would make life easier. This end's got a nice big area we can use. Just love all the little details it's given us. Pick up, work your way around. Move this over. It's funny how different card shapes and folds and things come into fashion again, isn't it? We used to do loads of Z folds. I haven't done one for ages. But I think we've all got the bug again now, haven't we? So if you haven't tried them yet, give them a go. They're great. Yeah.
I've never wanted to make one in my whole life.
Oh. So you can either do the Z, just the Z fold, or come in and do the double one. A little bit on the edge here. So there we go. We wait for that to pop up so you can have a look. Wait for that to focus. I just love how it frames it, and it's delicate, and yeah. So I've pretty much done that with all the panels. Again, if you didn't want to use the platform, it would probably be easier if you just put it onto an acrylic block and went round with it. But as we're using that, I thought we'd do it today. And I know so many people have got the stamping platform. It's a bit of a rub off, because we know what will happen. Wipe down. That's one side for a moment. Okay. So if I just go through all the other pieces we've got. If I show you the section where I've put the happy. So this is a 9 by 13 piece of card. come in with, I've christened these stamps the dangles, because they do. Little decorations. So what I've done to create the first line is I've popped it on round about there. Just wanted to show you this because I'm going to mask out some of these bits, which I didn't bring my tape over with me, which is a bit stupid. There's some glittery washi tape over there, Brian. Thank you, Yvonne. So I've just got this old washi tape. I can find the end. There we go. So, because all I want is this middle line. I don't want anything else. So I'm going to cover the rest of that up. So I'm going to mask this out before we go in. I often do this with sentiments as well. And we'll mask this piece off. So if you wanted to combine some of the larger sentiments we've got from Julie's and more range, like the happy and the birthday. So, and then we can take these off. Remember to take them off, otherwise if you stamp down you're going to get all the splodge, which isn't what we want. Can't get it off my finger now. That's it. So when we come in, we've got the one little line there. Then I'm going to use this. That's okay, Elizabeth. And I'm going to line them up where I'd like them to be. I'm going to overlap the dangly line with the end of that line. And to stop that going over the top, I'm just going to put half a post-it note on there. Stamp those down. Then we can come in the other side and put them at different heights. Okay, so that's how we achieved that effect. And then I'm going to get Hazel's original square alphabet. We're going to pop the happy across the top. There we go. And we've got A and P and Y. So I always start in the middle first. We're going to come in here. We're going to put them all at different heights and things as well. Again, I'm going to be doing these separately because you can't butt them up next to each other otherwise. We've got another P next to it. Make this as wibbly wobbly as you like. I'm just coming up until it covers the line next to it. Then we can do the A at the same time on the other side. down, and then we can do the H and the Y. Do them with a gap in between if you wanted to. It's your card, do whatever you like. There we go. So that's that, and then that will match the Christmas sentiment when we pop that on. Okay, put those away. Don't want to be losing any of those little stamps. That's basically how I did that, and then I've just gone round, I'll show you, added in a snowflake, bits and bobs here like we did before, bring this up, and added in some edging as well, only really around the top section, because this will be covered up with the mechanism on the front, so you don't need to go all the way around. Okay, so that's that one. And then the large one is 19 by 13. This is the one I've already got ready.
What stamping press are you using?
This is Crafts 2. For years and years I used, is it American Crafts?
Yeah.
I think it was American Crafts.
The Tim Holtz, but you didn't get on with
I didn't get on with the Tim Holtz tonic one, no. It keeps moving, bits move, and it hasn't got anything spongy on the base. So yeah, I tried the Crafts 2. I've been using this for a couple of years now, maybe. Yeah, get on fine, no problems. It's a nice size. Obviously things can come out over the edge if you need it to, so that's all good. So as you can see on this side I did the same, obviously coming off from the other way where I masked, and then added the dangles in, and obviously popped on the post-it note to stop it coming up over the edge. Then I created another little village on this side. It's easier, isn't it? Yeah, definitely easy. Yeah, it is. It's a good stamping platform.
Really
so
is.
Yeah, definitely would recommend that against the other ones that I've tried. As I said, the first one I had, I couldn't get hold of anymore in this country, so I had to go find something else, and this has done the trick. Plus you can get the paper and the like acetate versions of the grids as well, which is really handy. So yeah, I've come in again. It's basically exactly the same stamping that we've already done, but obviously just in another place. You want your village on this side of it, because this is going to be your main back panel at the back. Your other village that will be in the frame comes in front of it, so we need to just stamp that across there. I've done it in a nice arc. Come in with the snowflakes again with Julie's and Hazel's, and then put in some edging with the snow globe again. But don't really think you want to see me doing too much of that again. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the same thing for each of the panels, and you can always pop back and rewind and watch, and or take a screenshot if that helps.
I love how you can edge.
Yes, there are, Jeanette, yes.
Even parts of a stamp you can
I don't know, that would be that panel, so that's a bit done. So I thought it would be nice if I showed you the colouring, because we we were going to touch on some more colouring techniques. Stamp pad out the way so I don't get my arm in it. Move that out the way. Pop that in there to give myself some room. Okay, so I've got all these panels ready to colour. So I think that's quite nice to see. So it's just these that need the actual colour put onto them. I think it's good to see how we do our colouring differently and how we add shade and light. And I know there's quite a few people that don't feel quite comfortable with colouring. Obviously, as you know, I love using the alcohol markers. They are so easy to use. They basically do it for you. And we've got the Christmas as well to go. So if anyone else has got the Deco Time pens, I'll let you know what colours I'm using. But first of all, I'm creating a village. What I did, show you on, just time that up a bit. Did do it already, so it had time to dry because I don't want to smudge it. To turn these trees just into some little houses. All I've done is gone in with a black gel pen, roughly gone over with some curved ones and some square ones. Let's try and match in with Hazel's sketchy artwork. That all blends in nicely. There we go. So all we do there, we've popped in our doors, and now the trees have become a little village. You can, of course, just keep them to trees if you'd like. It's just me that's obsessed with houses. So that's all I did to do that. Okay, let's start with colouring. So we'll start with the red first. I went with the traditional red. So as I say, I've got the twin marker. It is Deco Time, isn't it? Yes, Deco Time twin markers. They're the alcohol ink. And what I'm going to do, because I want this to be quite defined, I'm going to go in with the lighter colour first, which is poppy red. I'm going to use the fine nib. So, let's come in. I'm just going to come in, I'll bring you down a bit so we can see. Just wait for my phone to catch up. Move that forward and you can see better what I'm doing. Come over the whole thing. You can do these any colours you like. I quite like the funky retro colours for this though. And I'm going to do the dangles as well. It's just basic colouring in at the moment. All over, then we can add our definition in later and it will really show up. We've just stuck to the 3 colours for these. You could do as many as you like. Everyone's quiet, yeah. Concentrating on colouring. Nodding off. And we'll follow it through from the happy to the Christmas. Sorry, not sure, am I? Okay. So I've got 3 colours. I'm doing every third one. And we'll come in with the darker red. This is French raspberry. So just going to put this, so obviously the shade is going to be towards the bottom. Then on these ones, doesn't have to be too neat. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Has anyone got any questions or anything? Quite nice to do these. We've got the scratchy design, haven't we? So I'm going to do the right hand side and the bottom with the cubes. Sticking to everything. And of course, it's ideal to use the super smooth when we're using the alcohol markers. Helps everything flow. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same with our other colours. Let's come in with the green. I've gone a bit darker with the greens on this one to the original card that I did. So I've got turquoise blue. Again, the lightest one all over. Ideally, I would say pro markers. I'd always used pro markers for years and years and years, but then I saw these on offer at the range and gave them a go. These are a much more reasonable price point, shall we say. They're very good. But for quality, smoothness, blendability, I would definitely say pro markers. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these. I've been using these for quite a little while now, and I get on okay with them fine. The pro markers are a little bit pricier, so depending on what you can spend. I know a lot of people use Copics. I've never actually tried them myself. I think those probably are the priciest. Oh, thank you, Joe. It's nice to see you here. Hope everyone's okay. Hope you had a good trip the other day. literally just come in, go straight over. I think also the nibs, especially the brush nibs and things on the Pro markers, are slightly better quality. But these, honestly, these are great for the price point. And you can get them in so many colours. Okay, that's that one. And then the darker one. Oh, brilliant. We got teal green. At least the weather was okay. Your mate's mum's on. Brian.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, every other Tuesday I do a Technique Tuesday on here with lots of different crafty things. So yeah, if you can tune in.
Oh, it's Joe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hi, Joe.
Can pick some tips up. So again, I'm literally just going across the bottoms. Making sure that I'm in short. The side. Same on here. I will let you have a closer look at these when we're done. Okay. So we've got the red and the green, still traditional. And then I went for the retro vibe with the pink. So we've got vivid pink. Again, coming all over. I don't know, there's something about these three colours together. I love them.
She must have a quiet house.
Yeah, I bet.
I've gone back to school.
It must seem very strange.
Yeah.
We've got a school at the back of us, so it goes from being really quiet to noisy. Well, not noisy, but
It's not. But then we miss him when they're not there, don't we?
I'm just going to do these last little bits. I am going to be doing the doors a different colour.
Oh, we love Harry.
Harry's great. Okay. Oh, wasn't it?
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
The darker one is vivid reddish purple. Some of them have got some really long names, which I don't quite understand.
Well, what's that name?
What's well, it can't just be dark pink, light pink.
Oh, did you do pink for me?
Yeah, Brian keeps saying he's going to do some pink Christmas cards, and they haven't appeared yet. Yes, definitely. Lots of crafty time. It's good for the soul.
It was fate that we met you all.
That's what I love about coach trips.
Yeah, we made a friend.
Okay, so that's those done.
What do you think about it? Joel's only done one.
That's not far, is it? For the doors, I've gone for a blue grey, so just a light and a medium colour. You could go with browns or a metallic maybe, that would be quite pretty.
Oh, you've got quite a few Aussies watching you today.
Cool. Dark one.
I was going to say good day in the worst Australian accent ever, but I won't put
I wouldn't. And they'll show up. We do them darker. Do these ones. This just transforms them now. And then I'm going to go back in with the black gel pen and give them little door handles. Because how are they going to get in otherwise? Okay, now we'll go to one of our magic pens, a blender pen. Now this one is a marker. Thank you. This is a pro marker, and this is one of the blender pens. These are amazing. These are like magic. I cannot be without the blender pens.
Okay.
So I'm going to come in from the top where the light would hit. Couple of lines. I go through these pens like nobody's business.
Should put 5 in a pack, shouldn't it?
That would be good. And the same on here. If it doesn't show up enough for you, you can go over it again. Give it a chance to dry off a bit, which isn't long with it being alcohol. It dries really quickly. Don't have to be too particular about this. It's a nice sketchy arty scene, so that's fine. And we'll do the opposite on our words. So come across the top, down that side. You can see that okay. We will do some more colouring techniques in the future as well. I really only know the basics.
What?
So I wouldn't say I'm a professional colourist or anything. Thank you, Virginia. No problem. The reason I'm not using the Deco Time blender is because I've used it up.
Oh, it's gone.
I don't think you can buy them in singles, so this is why I've got the pro marker for this one. Let's have a look. There we go. Let's bring this up so you can have a little closer look.
Looking good.
It just adds that dimension in there.
Yeah, the colouring goes with the sketchiness.
Which is great. And to add to that, because I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm going to get a fine white paint pen, Posca. As you can see, I've had this one quite a long time.
Oh, I love Posca pens.
I've had this one about 3 years and it's still going, so that's
Has
good.
anyone else used Posca pens yet?
Okay. So where we've got that pretend light hitting, come in with a few swishes. You can come in on the doors as well if you want to, just to highlight those. And down on the dangles. Just adds a little bit more extra. It's not too in your face, but it's there. And on these. And just in the corners on the words. And then because we've added some highlight, we need to add some shadow. So I can have a little bit of shadow underneath the happy. So I've got a grey watercolour pencil. This one is actually from Smith's, which I've had for ages and ages and ages. I'm just going to put that on. I've got quite a thick flat-ended water brush. I'm just going to come in, smooth that out. We can drag this down a little bit, and that will really draw the eye in to what you're looking at. I can do some under here as well. And if you wanted to, you could do some down on the dangles. These will forever be known as the dangles now. Just makes a nice feature. There we go. Let's bring that up so you can have a better look. Thank you, Andrine. Okay. Too far, come back. That's it. There we go. Really makes a difference. And then we can do the same here on our scene. Just little bits under the bases of the trees. I've been, well, we all have, been watching The Joy of Painting.
Oh yeah, anyone else watch The Joy of Painting?
Seem to have missed out on it before. Oh, amazing. Trying to pick up on some techniques. And on this one.
No one else is watching The Joy of Painting.
And again, just under here. You can see I'm not being at all careful. does all the work for you. Watercolour pencils are brilliant.
Yeah, but look at you with your flat-ended water brush.
It came in a pack of 3.
Oh.
Just get that little rub off on my hands because we're going to go in with different colour medium. So that's that finished. Put that to one side.
Yeah, you did.
Bob Ross, yes,
Yeah,
did. Long time ago. So I'm going to use a Distress Oxide. And it's that beautiful pale blue colour, which can be quite difficult to use sometimes. I'm going to get that matte out because it's better for putting the oxide onto. So as you can see, I've already gone round and done it on some of the panels. Okay, that's interesting, Elizabeth. Guess that makes sense, doesn't it? So I'll just finish doing that on here. I'll bring you up a bit more again. Make sure we go the right way. That's it, that will do. Okay, so literally all I've done is given the oxide a good old squidge onto the mat. Could add a little bit of water if you wanted to, but I'm literally going to go straight in with the brush. Where we've got the edging and the snowflakes, I'm just going to go in really roughly. I mean really roughly.
Yeah, that's a funny fact, isn't it? So when the parents come in,
All the way across and
it's like their
down.
dangles.
Yeah, never knew that.
Never knew that.
Get around that snowflake. You can be as blobby with this as you like. Really doesn't matter. Just adding in a little bit of the detail.
Well, I see my spelling is great as ever.
Never mind. Some more down. Give it a good squidge. Gets all the pigment out. Get some more water coming into the brush. That's it. Just roughly going in here, as you can see. Not really even thinking about it too much. Coming around our little village. So, if you think you've got bits that look a bit too blocky, just go around very lightly, just with the brush. Cardstock is super smooth, Pink Frog super smooth. That's why I'm being a little bit more gentle when I'm going back over. It does have a tendency to pill when you pop water on it, because we wanted the nice smooth surface for the alcohol marker. It's the best one to go for, and it will take a little bit. So it's that one. And we're going to do the same on here, just around the edge.
Something about Bob Ross again, I'm sorry.
This will help to ground it as well.
It's looking beautiful, Maggie.
You can come in, do some along the edge as well, because we will see this. And those in nicely together. So, give those a little dry off as well before we put it together. Oh, thank you, Christine. Following the lines of the big one. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Such a beautiful, pale, subtle colour. It just adds the right amount of oomph. It's a lovely frosty colour to go with our frosty scene.
Coughing fit at the centre.
Oh dear. Nose a bit. There we go. Now I'll give those a dry off. Let's wipe that off, get that out of the way, otherwise we'll have blue ink everywhere. Get the lid on that. Let's give these a quick blast. It's going to come in with a low heat, so I don't want to buckle it too much. They're not very wet anyway, so just want to take some of that away. Especially around the top of this one, because we are going to be cutting that away. It's not a good idea to cut onto damp card, because it would just fray and rip and not look good. Always try and lift the card when I'm drying it as well, not put it flat down onto a surface, otherwise you just build up condensation behind it and that defeats the object of drying it really. Of course, ideally it's best to let it dry naturally. Oh, never mind, Julie. There's always things getting in the way, isn't there? Oh, thank you, Janet. It's sort of traditional with a twist. Oh no. Oh, that's a worry, Julie. Well, I hope you get that sorted. There we go. That's the noisy out of the way. Okay, so we're going to cut round the top of our village.
Oh, is with Julie in the house?
Yeah, she's had a parcel gone missing.
Oh, what?
I'm going to come in using a little border around the trees or houses, or so it's not these are easy to cut out. Nice straight lines. Let's get rid of that. You take some of that card away, it takes the pressure off. Such a worry, isn't it? Post is a worry as it is.
Yeah, especially our post, especially that depot.
Come in this bit. Trim that a little bit away. Set. So that's all the cutting out we need to do. And just come back over, just flatten that back edge down. And we can pop that into our frames. As I say, on the instructions, with the first card I did 3. But I thought we might as well go for 4 of the frames, make them nice and strong. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's a good thing about that.
So we'll put two together first. And we can sandwich that into the middle. To lift this up, I'm afraid. Put it together so I can see what I'm doing. This will give us a really nice, strong.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
There is a lot of that about at the moment. And I'll do the same with this one. These are nice and symmetrical, the scallop edge on the rectangle dies, so you don't need to worry about getting the scallops lined up, because they will, whatever way around you do it. You could do these with any shapes of the dies, really. The circle one would look really cute. It would match in with the snow globe theme then. I hadn't used the rectangle for a while, so I thought I would.
Use it.
Oh yes, I expect it did. It's so difficult to explain, isn't it? No one really knows what's happening. Okay, so
Oh yeah, I bet it did.
we'll turn that over. So we're going to pop this into the bottom section there. So I gave it enough room to just cover the edges there. Put some glue right along the edge.
I like the use pop, it's going to make it pop more, don't it?
It'll be a little bit different to the first one.
Yeah.
Just firm that down a bit more. Should be using my bone folder, otherwise I'll be making my nails go funny.
Phillipa, should be using your bone folder.
I know. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Don't use nails. Don't use nails. So we've got that in there. And then we'll stick this one down on top or behind.
Oh, you clever girl.
Trying to get these lined up as nicely
Yeah,
as possible.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody at the door. Yeah, you stick in. It does, doesn't it? I wish I'd done it on the original. There we go. That's our little scene layered up and ready to go. So we'll pop all the other bits together now. Ooh. See if I can remember what went where. Okay, so we'll put this big piece on first. Ooh. There we go. We've got a plain one for this side because this technically goes into the inside of the card anyway. It's not something that you automatically see, but you need to have it there. Oh, thank you. And then we've got the one with the sentiment on. And then, of course, you can use the back of the card to write your own greetings. If you wanted to, you could leave a space on one of the panels to write into. Okay, that's those done. Bring this card back in. So we've got a big panel at the back.
I don't think Andreen will be scared no more, will she?
No, there's nothing to be scared of. Got a wobbly bit there that won't, because we've had the water on it. Just pop over there. Stick a little bit more glue down. And a little bit of copy paper. Pick up any splurge. Yeah, definitely. Definitely have a go. And we've got a plain panel again for the inside part. Might notice I put arrows on the backs of all my pieces so that I remember which way up they're going. My memory is shocking. this one.
Are you going to make a Z4 card again?
Me?
Yeah.
I might. You never know. I've forgotten how much fun they are.
Yeah. Plenty of space to decorate. Getting the measurements right, isn't it?
Yeah. It's basically half and quarter. It's
What's quarter? I know half.
so I've got the 20 and then it's 10. So
I'm lucky I have the card in front of me.
a nice fold. Now we've got all those bits on. And same with this one. Get a nice crease, make everything nice and crisp. So, because we're only going to be sticking half of this part on here, what I do is turn it over so I know where to put the glue up to.
Okay. Does that make it more precise?
So you don't get anything stuck onto this bit, and then we want it on the other end panel. It's gone dry again. All we're going to do, stick this straight into this corner, line it up with the edges of the card. If you want to, you can pop some paper inside as well, if you're worried about it sticking to the bit you don't want it to stick to. Move this over, then you can see. Bring that down and over, up to the edges. So this section's stuck, that section's stuck.
Oh, the copy paper's not stuck.
No.
No. See, I don't use copy.
No copy of paper has been harmed. So it will now open and close like so. So that middle part is free. That's it.
Clever game.
And then we just need to pop this down onto the front part here. Again, we can turn it over so we know where to put the glue up to.
Donna's late.
Donna!
Donna, how dare you?
We'll put some on there anyway, just in case it does stick. There we go. I'm going to bring this right up to the edge again. Give that a chance to take hold. Got a good squish. Technical term. So now when we open that up, we've got it so we can see through. That's it. And then we've got our Christmas to pop on. You could die cut a few of these if you wanted to and dimension this up as well. Pop this straight across here. that. So that is basically it. All I did on the first one was to add stickles, which I will show you on the original. I used Stardust stickles on there. Thank you, everyone. I won't put it on this one yet because when I'm moving it, we know what's going to happen, don't we? So that's the one. This is difficult to show, isn't it? On. And then that will close flat. There you go. Just something different, yeah. Something nice. Using the stuff we've already got. The third one, and then I'll show you the sparkly. Hopefully on this one. Let's bring this up. Oh, thank you. Don't know if it's catching that sparkly or not. Difficult to tell. That's it.
Gorgeous, my girl, just like you.
Oh. There we go. So that's the cards. I will pop some sparkles on that one and take a photograph later. I didn't want to be moving things about and getting me covered in stickles and everything else covered in stickles. So I will put the instructions and the materials list on the group in the files section. Let me also just go through. You can, if you haven't got the got Hazel's Essentially Christmas yet, you can get it obviously from Hazel and Paul Dragon's Papercraft. You can also get it from Wow Embossing Powder, Amelia's Creative Crafts, Let's Create, Pixie Crafts, J Craft in Australia, Simon Says Stamp in the USA, and yeah, if you haven't got them, the 3 stamp sets, I can obviously highly recommend the set. It's something a little bit different. It can be traditional, it can be modern, it can be arty. It's really versatile. It can be whatever you want it to be. So that's me for today. We've got one more live using the new collection tomorrow. I think it's 7:30 with Jo Channon. So that's something to look forward to. I'll be back in a fortnight with some more tissue paper bleeding. You'll be pleased to hear. And then we'll see how we go from there. So thank you all very much for your company this morning. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone's Dolls Ed Fold cards and the different things you make. Fantastic. Please share them to the group if you aren't a member of the group yet. I think everybody is. Please join. It's a fantastic place. We do loads of stuff. So thank you for joining me. You all take care and have a lovely crafty day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.